What's up? What's up? Good morning from Charlotte, North Carolina. What is up, everybody? What's up, Musty, Trey, Sean, Owen? Hope you are having a great morning. Doing the pre-race show for the NSCS. Going to have some driver interviews. Kind of talk about today's race, getting ready for today's race. We got Jack in here as well. Good morning, Cam. Wow, a lot of people showing up. It's nice to see. Thank y'all for joining today. Well, we have a lot to get into for today's race. A lot of exciting things for today, so pretty excited. I think my internet just glitched for a second. But anyways, yeah, it's been a long week. Just been working a lot. Glad that today's sort of like an off day, but at the same time it doesn't feel like, but let's see here. We got if anyone wants to come on live here, talk pre-race. Do a little bit of a pre-race interview with some of y'all, if that's all right. We got NASCAR Country wants to go live. Well, he did. Disappeared, but yep, Cam, well, I'll see you later, man. We're recording the sports podcast later tonight. Man, everyone just dipped all of a sudden. Hey, what's up, Mick? How's it going, man? Good morning. I know it's early for you. 9 o'clock there in Alabama. See if Mick wants to talk pre-race. I want to be surprised if we don't get a lot of drivers interviewed this morning. I know it's not many people will be able to make it today, but what's up, Mick? How's it going, man?
Tired. It's too early.
Yeah, man. Oh, we got 3 people here live. If I'm correct, let's see who else is here. Is that NASCAR Country as well? What's up, y'all? Good morning, man. Mick, how have you been doing, man? I know you got a new truck recently.
Ooh, yeah. I've been doing good though. No drama.
That's good, man. It's good to stay out of trouble. But I see if you didn't stay out of trouble a little bit, you do have a girlfriend now, so congratulations on that. It seems like you're a happy couple, so that's good to see. I think NASCAR Country left because the internet connection went out, but hopefully he'll be back. So, Mick, let's talk a little bit of racing, shall we? So, other than the NSCS, we have Watkins Glen this weekend. A lot of action in the truck race we saw. We saw a lot of stuff in the Xfinity race as well. What, did you get to see any of the races?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? I didn't get to see it either, honestly. I was at work. I wasn't able to see any of the action. But I did check out some of the highlights, and it was kind of funny. They're kind of interesting that all of our picks when the truck race all wrecked on lap 1. So that was kind of odd.
I did not know I could put my phone there. That's cool.
Then we got Henry here as well. Okay, so for those who don't know, Mick is brother with Bubba, who's also in my series as well. We've been good friends for a long time. I wanted to ask you, what is that on your wall? Is that like rope or something beside the stop sign? I can't really tell what that is.
Rope and ropes for rodeo.
Oh, okay. Wasn't sure. It looked like barbed wire for a second, and then it looked like rope, but I wasn't sure. All right, so let's talk a little bit of the Super Cup Series a little bit. So you were really strong in practice this week. You were fourth on Thursday, or actually fourth on Wednesday's practice session. And then Thursday, you were 10th. And then for the Great American Race today, you'll be starting off in the 7th position. So what are some of your expectations for the race, and what are some things that your team is going to be trying to, I guess, strategize and hopefully avoid a big wreck today?
I don't know. I just do what the crew chief says.
Well, I mean, you do have a fast car, and, I'm sure you're starting right behind your brother, Bubba, so I'm sure y'all two might have some drafting help there. And you also start up front with James, and you also had a great position starting with Brady. It's kind of interesting now looking at it because all 4 DEI cars are starting right behind each other. You got Brady starting 3rd, James 4th, Bubba 5th, and then there's Nick and then you. So it's kind of cool to see. It just shows how strong DEI is on the restrictor plate tracks.
Yeah, it's still getting in an argument.
Well, hopefully everyone gets along here today, and I haven't seen. I've seen James working pretty well with y'all so far this season so far as well during the practice session. So I think James is a great pickup for y'all's team. Now this is your 4th. No, actually this is your 5th NSCS season. You only have, I think you have 2 career wins. Do you think you'll be able to get a win this season or sometime soon?
Hope so. If I don't wreck again.
You had some good runs towards the end of the season, and we've seen that you did really well in the restrictor plate tracks. Last Daytona 500, you got if I'm correct, you finished 4th in that race, and then at Talladega, you ended up finishing 2nd out of the 2 races there. And we've seen you got 2 different paint schemes this year. One of them's the normal black, and then one you also got a little sponsorship deal with Old Spice. What was some of what went into your custom diecast that you made?
Not really much, just spray paint.
Oh, you use spray paint? Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
It was actually weird to make a little bit.
Yeah.
I stripped the whole car down to nothing.
Oh, wow.
It was bare metal. An airplane stripper hurts your hand.
Cool. Is Bubba there with you as well? Does he want to talk, or is he in a different hauler?
I think he's in a different hauler.
Oh, okay.
Put it up. Get in the house.
So, John, I saw James join just a second ago as well. Let's see here. I'm looking at my notes. So let's see here. So y'all have a new crew chief join DI. Actually, 2 new ones. We got Raymond Barsmith and Will Robinson, 2 new guys, and they were 2 people I did not expect to join the series. And I've talked to Raymond at times, but not a whole lot. And then Will, I never honestly had any previous contact or conversation with him leading up into signups, but I hope those 2 crew chiefs will be well for y'all. It's kind of interesting because Vladimir was Bubba's crew chief for a long time, for about 4 seasons, and then now he's a driver. So losing him definitely will be interesting to see how well Bubba performs. But according to the let's see here, according to the power rankings this year, there's 5 drivers with a lot to prove, and the 5 drivers with a lot to prove. At the number 1 spot, we have Barrett. Number 2, Brady, which is your teammate. I feel like he needs a good season to stay with DI. And then there's you at number 3, Jackson Riddle 4, and Micah 5. So that's the top 5 drivers with a lot to prove this season. Now, also in the power rankings, I just want to point out that the teams for the preseason power rankings, this was conducted by some friends I have that will want to remain anonymous, but this is just them doing their preseason picks and ratings. So for the team ratings, I have basically it came down to Blue Car Motorsports 1, Shadow Racing 2, Naz Boys 3, DI 4, 5 was Home Cup, 6 was Planet, 7th is Great Wall, and 8th is Borky Board. Now, I'm sure that will definitely change throughout the season, but that's the current power rankings for the preseason poll. Now, Mick, is there anything else you want to talk about before I interview another driver?
Nah, not really.
You sure?
Yep.
All right, man. Well, I hope you do well on the track day. It's nice talking to you again. I'll talk to you very soon, and thank you very much for coming on. Righty. All right, so that was my talk with Mick Love, driver the number 4 for DI. Now, see if we have anyone else who wants to join. We got NASCAR Fan 2022, Ducklit 129. Thanks for joining. We got Jack here as well. James. Let's see who else is here. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, is this NASCAR Fan 2022? Jasmine, let's see, what's the name? Jasmine, can't tell at the moment.
Yeah, it's me.
Hey, thanks for joining on the live this morning. So you're a Chase Elliott fan?
Yeah, I've been a Chase Elliott fan since, since he was, started, with Hendrick when he was, 18, I think. So, yeah, I've been a NASCAR fan since my grandpa passed away from stage cancer in 2018. So yeah, I've been a NASCAR fan since I was that long. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about your grandfather passing away. So you started watching NASCAR in 2018. I've been a Hendrick Motorsports fan for a long time. I will say I do like Chase Elliott. He's not one of my favorite drivers, top 3 or top 4, but he's definitely my top 10 favorite drivers. He's been really strong at Watkins Glen. Honestly, the last couple of years, it would be pretty hard not to go against him. But I did. For those that watch the Naz Boys podcast, I predicted William Byron to win today's race. So, are you picking Chase Elliott to win?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. So, did you get to see any of the races yesterday? I heard it's pretty crazy.
I was busy yesterday. I didn't see him yesterday. I was doing stuff yesterday. I was helping my dad because he had neck surgery. Okay. So, I was helping him and stuff like that, and I seen on Google, I'm like, oh crap, I need to watch that, and it was too late, and I'm like, no. I hope somebody won. I hope somebody won that.
Oh man.
So I'm like, no. I missed that. Dang it.
Oh well.
God dang it. Noah won that. Dang it.
Oh, well, is there anything in particular you want to ask me? Anything you want to talk about?
Well, I just woke up, so I can't think straight.
Oh, yeah, I know you requested to join the live, and I honestly wasn't sure. Okay. We got questions here down here, though. One says, who's going to be in the Final Four from the NASCAR Hangout? Then we got one questions of stories. So who's going to be in the Final Four? I kind of predicted this a little bit ago in the Naz Boys podcast. It's kind of a little early to do that because the playoffs haven't quite got here. But I don't remember exactly who I picked. I think, if I'm correct, I picked Larson, Keselowski, Busch, and Truex. But I may be wrong. But we'll see. Let's see. We got more people here. Racing Riot wants to join live. We got Mike here as well. Let's see what time it is. 10:16. So we still got like 45 minutes. Hey, what's up? Is this Jack?
Yes, sir.
Oh, what's up, Jack? Good morning.
Good morning, yeah.
I see. Is that a 24 American flag in the background?
That's from when Elliot was in the 24, but yeah.
Oh, cool. So you got the drip with the AirPods in, I see.
Yeah.
Anyways, see here. Oh, we got more questions popping up down here. We got is Harvick going to make the playoffs? Well, yeah, of course Harvick's going to make the playoffs. The question is, how long is he going to stay in it? I mean, he hasn't won.
Of course he's going to make the playoffs. I mean, come on. He's one of the best drivers. Come on.
He should have made it last
Who
year.
does not know
He should
that?
have made it last year, honestly. I thought he was going to make it last year. Like, I thought he was going to probably win the championship last year. And then all of a sudden, because the point system, he didn't make the final four.
Honestly, I thought Harvick was going to win the champions last year. And I'm like, well, I hope Harvick wins the championship last year because he never won one, so I hope he wins this one. And I'm like, oh my gosh, wait, what just happened? I had to think a minute because Chase Elliott won that one last year, and I'm like, wait, hold up, what just happened?
Harvick has won a championship before, but
What was it, 2014?
Yeah, 2014 he won. I remember it was his first season with Stuart Haas he won, but yeah, actually last year I picked Hamlin to win, but I was hoping Harvick would. I felt like he deserved it. But anyways, Jack, did you get to watch any of the races yesterday?
Oh, I watched part of the truck race and part of the Xfinity Series race. I was out all day, but I watched part of each of them.
Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit of NSCS, shall we? Jack, it's your first season with the Super Cup Series. You're starting today with a great start position. You're starting 12th. You did pretty well in practice 1. You were up in 14th. You kind of dropped a little bit to 20th in practice 2. But I feel like the 42 team's really strong this weekend. What are some things you're looking forward to and expecting for today's race?
Especially in the Daytona 500, you always go into a race and you want to win the race. But rookie just looking to get experience, not kill Nick, which is going to be a really big temptation for me, but survive, I guess. Finish the race.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the racing here, restrictor plate wise, or it's not really restrictor plate since there isn't restrictor plates on the Superbirds and the Dodge Daytonas. There's been a lot of wrecks recently in the past couple of years, and that's some reason why there's been some rule changes over the off season regarding the plate tracks or the big super speedway tracks. That's why they've changed the arrow and changed some of the things involving the car, which in fact, one of them is the weight of the car, which is 3,803 pounds at max. Anything over or less than that, of course, there's going to be a penalty. And for that, we saw that with Matt Moreau. He failed inspection because his car was too, lower in weight. So we'll see. I mean, also the drafting rules too. We've seen a lot of drafting in the past in the NSCS, but that thing's become a certain new rule change has made it to where you can't lock bumpers with someone for more than 4 seconds. Which back in the past couple seasons, that was a common thing to do it throughout the whole race. So that will be interesting to see how that affects the race today. We'll see if maybe that causes less wrecks. But yeah, we see with Mike's here. He's going to go live soon in a couple minutes or so. But Jack, so you're with Team Great Wall this season. Y'all have 3 rookies on the team. Hector's second year. There's Nick's a rookie, even though he ran some last year. Then there's you're a rookie. And we got rookie crew chief and Eli. We have a lot of rookies on Team Great Wall. Do you think that y'all will be able to have some success this season, possibly get some wins?
I think we're going to be all right. I mean, sure, everyone's a rookie, and Superbird's a very different animal, but it's not like everyone's this is their first diecast series or whatever. Because
Yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
got experience somewhere else, whether it be the Home Cup Series, Chasten Series, somewhere.
That's a great point. And, last year, the 42 team started off the year with Travis Wade Parker, but he never showed up for a race, so he got replaced by James. And James did really well in the 42 car last year, so we'll see how well it goes with you in the 42 this year. I feel like the 42 is one of the fastest cars, honestly, every race, it seems. So just looking at some of the schedule, if you have already, what is some tracks you're looking forward to this season?
I'm actually not that familiar with the schedule, but if I were to guess, I would say I would be excited for Talladega if it's on the schedule. Miami, I'm guessing, is.
Yeah, we do have Talladega on the schedule, and one thing that's kind of interesting as well, Talladega, one of the Talladega races this year is actually going to be run in reverse for the first time, so that might be a calamity. But we'll see how that goes. Let's see, we got more people wanting to join live. But we'll let them wait their turn. Okay, so looking at the schedule, let me pull up my notes real quick. So after Daytona, we have two short tracks in North Carolina. We got Rockingham and North Wilkesboro, two tracks that are pretty long sometimes, but the Daytona 500s, of course, is the grand event. Of course, the race that everyone wants to win. As you mentioned, as I've mentioned, and you've mentioned, you're a rookie in this series, but of course, the experience, doesn't always play a factor, but it can. But of course, with you being in another diecast series, that experience, definitely could play a factor in maybe knowing what's going to go on in the chats and everything as well. And I know that a lot of people were talking to me about why I'm starting the race at 12 today. I just wanted to say that the reason why the race is starting at 12 p.m. Eastern time is because I can't do it tonight after the Watkins Glen race because I'm recording the podcast with the boys. But this was the only time we could do it because the IndyCar race is also after Watkins Glen at around 5 o'clock. And I know that, some people will be watching that. Of course, most people would be. So that's why the time is, the race is starting in less than 2 hours. So is there anything else you want to talk about, Jack, or any questions you may have?
No, not really. I'll head out. Just looking forward to the 500 guys. See ya.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming on and joining. Let's see who else wants to join the live here. We got Mike wants to join as well. So we got Shane. It's good to see Shane back. Got the NASCAR Hangout.
Yo, what's up, my man?
What's up? How's it going?
Good.
Good morning.
I was just wanting to talk
Let's see,
about...
got the...
Oh,
sorry, go
I have
ahead.
a little setup for when I do lives or photos.
Okay. That's cool. You got the Jimmy Johnson, Dale Earnhardt, Richard Petty.
This setup here, I'm a big dirt fan and NASCAR, so I try to set it up as some of the legends, right here. We have the Dale Earnhardt 1999.
Yeah, I got that car as well. I got two then.
2016 Jimmy. And then this was a Hot Wheels Super Treasure Hunt from 1989. So,
oh wow,
that was pretty cool. And
cool.
Just a 2021 Harvick and some Donnie Schatz cars, and so not a whole lot.
Now we'll be honest with you. I've never honestly really checked out your account, so I'm not going to say. I'm trying to say it probably. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying I haven't really checked out your account. What's your account really about? Is it about diecast? Is it about
just content, really.
Okay, like NASCAR news?
Just memes and stuff. I'll send you my diecast account, though.
Oh, okay.
I'll send that to you. I have one. But I wanted to talk about Austin Cindric going to the 2 car.
Okay.
Where's Matty D going to go, you think?
Matt DiBenedetto is one of my favorite drivers, and I wish he would have stayed with the 21. It feels like every single, once or every 2 years, he always seems to go to a different team. I'm like, why can't he just stay on one team? Because I feel like he could get a win eventually. I really feel like he can. It's just like
He would.
just bad luck.
I just think if he got another chance, I mean, Wood Brothers, to be honest, isn't the best car, Well,
nowadays it is, and it used to be back in the 70s.
Yeah, but if you compare Matty D's stats to Paul Menard, where Paul Menard, when he drove the 21 2 years, correct?
If I'm correct, he did.
Yeah, and Matty D, he put up good finishes. I mean, he finished second. I can remember a lot. He finished second in Las Vegas, I think. That
He did at Las Vegas. He's had a couple, chances to get a possible win. I mean, I remember the first time Bristol in 2019, I think. He had a chance that Hamlin took it.
But Ryan Newman was decided to block and pull a Fernando Alonso and just
the day that everyone hated Newman. But, Matt DiBenedetto, I really don't know where he's going to go. I mean, I have to kind of think about this. I kind of talked about this on my podcast. But, I wasn't surprised that Cindric would go to Penske, drive in the Cup Series next year. I wasn't surprised at all because I feel like he deserves the spot.
Well, I saw him win it, dude. He put on a show, man. He's got some serious talent. He can bring in a lot of sponsorship dollars, I think. He's got that good sponsor. What is it, Money Lion?
Yeah.
Well, what does Matty D have by sponsors, other than
there's Menards. I mean, their sponsors, it's just they don't really have a lot of big sponsors, but they do have Menards, and Menards been with Wood Brothers for years.
And Menards will put other their brands on
Penske. Yeah, Penske is there. Is there any so who's your favorite driver by any chance?
Well, I like Chase Elliott. Jimmy Johnson was always my favorite driver growing up. I mean, his championship, he won his first championship on my birthday. So,
wow.
Yeah, and the fourth word I ever knew, my mom would tell me stories. I'd randomly just start saying Jimmy Johnson when I was a baby. She was so confused.
I started watching NASCAR around 2004, and around that time I was getting into NASCAR. I was really a fan of the Lowe's car. I was like, oh, I really like that Lowe's car. I like Jimmy Johnson. And I just went with it. But most of my family did not like Jimmy Johnson at all.
No. You either loved Jimmy or you hated him because he's like the Lewis Hamilton of NASCAR back in the day.
Yeah, I will say though, Jimmy.
To see these young kids nowadays getting so mad when Kyle Larson won 3 in a row. They're like, he's ruining the sport. I hate it. I'm not watching.
No, man, it's not just that. It's the boomers too. I'm telling you, these Facebook boomers are crazy sometimes.
Oh yeah.
I've been in Facebook NASCAR groups. People whine about anything. They'll whine about Chase Elliott winning. They'll whine about Kyle Busch. Of course, Kyle Busch, because everyone hates him. It seems like in the NASCAR, community. But I mean, there is Kyle Busch fans. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
NASCAR fan 2022 says, "I like to join, please and thank you." Didn't you just join? I thought she just joined earlier. But I have to get everyone in this hour. I can't just have someone on the entire time. So you did join earlier. So thanks for doing that. But anyways,
I just feel bad for the guy because everywhere he goes, I mean, look how many cars he has. What did he drive? The 83 in the past 5 years. What teams has he driven for? He's driven for
Go Fast,
BK Racing,
or DK.
Go Fast, LeVarn family, Wood Brothers. He can't land a home. Everywhere he goes, something ends up happening where the team goes out of business, or he gets removed or something. You know what I mean? It's just terrible luck for the guy. I feel bad.
Well, one thing too that I like about Matt DiBenedetto, and I don't really talk about this much, talk about religion a whole lot, but I will say one reason why I like Matt DiBenedetto is because he's a Christian. I'm a Christian as well, so it's really cool to see. He actually recently got baptized, and I think that's really cool to see. Are you are you a Christian, or are you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Is there like a favorite track you may have, or any tracks you like to go to?
Well, biased would be Dover because that's my home track, and I've gone for
Okay.
10 years. My first race was the 2011 Spring AAA 400. No, what was it? The Drive for Autism 400 back then. Well, Matt
Okay.
Ken's on it, and I need to
I
find that
remember
one
that race.
before. And, well, I would have had 10 years in a row, but 2020.
Yeah, pandemic.
Kind of threw a monkey wrench in it, but if
Yeah,
that didn't happen, I probably would have 10 years in a row. But
that's crazy.
I
I haven't
really,
been
I
to.
really
You was
want to
crazy.
go.
I've never been to as many races as you have, even though. Well, my first race was actually the 2011 Coke 600. But I usually I went to Martinsville some. I've been to the 500, but other than that, I haven't been to any other races really. Been by Darlington a lot and some other tracks, but
Well,
I
you
do
want
have something in the works. So y'all just watching this right now. I do have an announcement coming soon. I will be going to a race this year, another race. But that'll be announced at another time. So be looking forward to that. Is there anything else you want to talk about before
well, here's the
I
note
bring
about
another
me
person
going to
in?
Dover is I live
Okay.
15 minutes away from it, so
Oh wow, that's close.
I literally see it a lot, and it makes me so sad to see the amount of seats they've removed. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
It's a biz, but it sucks. It makes me
I'll be
sad.
honest with you, Dover. I used to love Dover races. Honestly, like over the past couple of years, I haven't really enjoyed the
No,
Dover races
dude,
compared
the
to back
packages have
in the
been
day.
terrible. I mean,
I
the
agree.
high downforce, low horsepower is not good for Dover, dude. Maybe for the mile and a half, but not for Dover. I mean, if you think about it, the old early 2000s where we had the high horsepower, low downforce, we
Yeah,
had some awesome racing there. Like this was one of my favorite races of all time right here is the 2014 Chase race.
I remember that race too.
Dude, I will not forget watching Jeff Gordon battling with Dale Earnhardt for the lead. That was such a good battle. It went on for like 15 laps. And that's back when Dover, you could run the top. You could run the very top. But now it's just kind of one groove now. But I just don't understand why everybody hates Dover now. It gets too much crap. Most of the people that just despise it and say they shouldn't. Like this one kid, he's like, Dover shouldn't even be on the schedule. I'm like, only reason you think that you're young, listen, is because you're young and you play the video game at Dover, and Dover sucks on the video games. That's the only reason why you don't like Dover is because of the video game.
Man, well, I'm telling you though, probably one of my favorite Dover races has to be the 2007 spring race. I thought that was a really good Dover one. Trying to think of some others that come to mind. There's the 1994, 20. I want to say 20. What year was it? 2016. That was a good Dover race there.
That was a good race, except for me as a Johnson fan when the whole field just piled up on the restart with 20 to go.
Yeah, he missed the shift.
2017 was one of my favorite and not favorite years. It was awesome seeing him win his last race in person and here's the thing. Here's the weird thing about that is whenever Jimmy Johnson would win at Dover, no one would cheer. They'd all boo him because he's won there 10 times, 11 times.
Yeah.
But when he finally won that race in 2017, that was the first time I can ever remember fans cheering. It was so weird. It's almost like people didn't know it was going to be his last win, but fans saluted him like it was his last win. It was such a weird experience when you really think about it and you realize Jimmy Johnson could have ended his career 1 week later at Pocono. And
yeah,
it was just a cool memory. And 2017 fall race, that was a great race. The great finish, anyway. Not if you're a Chase Elliott fan. It sucked for me because you want to know why? I dropped all my tickets. I have a ticket lanyard of every race I've been to.
Oh, wow.
All the tickets, and I dropped them down the seats. Somebody took them.
Oh, man.
And here's the thing is, my dad, he actually went to the 1998 and 1999 IRL race at Dover, and they had tickets in that, and those tickets, you can't find that anywhere. Because did
Oh,
you know
hold on.
that Indy
I have to say something
IRL?
real quick. Sorry.
You're good.
NASCAR Fan 2022. I thought you joined my live earlier. Why you keep spamming? I like to join in a video call. Already, if I'm correct, didn't you join earlier? I thought you did. But if you keep doing that, just let me know if you did join earlier, because I'm pretty sure you did. If you're still
Yeah.
asking to join live, please stop, because I have other people I have to talk to right now. Not trying to be mean or annoying, but you keep spamming it over and over again. So please don't do that. I don't want to get you blocked. But anyways, go ahead.
So, my dad, he saw back when Dover didn't have any restrictions where you could stand. You could stand right on the fence, and that's back when IRL. There wasn't a whole lot of safety with the cars.
Are you talking about IROC or Indy Racing League?
IRL, Indy Racing League.
Okay. Just want to make sure, because I wasn't quite sure about what you meant by that for a second.
Yeah, it was when CART and IRL split up. And
I've never been to Dover, but my grandmother actually grew. My great grandmother, she lived in Wilmington, Delaware. So occasionally we would drive by that area, but I've never been to a Dover race. It's just so far from Charlotte. It's like a 12-hour drive. It's just like, I don't know when I'll be able to go to Dover one day, but it's crazy.
But now my guy's Chase, and I like Chase. He was my favorite Xfinity driver. I mean, when he was in the Nationwide Series, he was my favorite. I loved him in the Nationwide Series, and then he came up to the Cup Series, and he was my second favorite. No one was going to take over my man Jimmy, because he was just my guy since like day 3 of I was alive. But
yeah,
I won't forget when I got this car at Dover, because when I dropped my all my tickets, I dropped this car, and somehow the box still survived that drop. And fortunately enough, the car is worth $80. Fortunately for me, this car is worth $80 now, when it was $8 at the track.
Okay.
And that's just a pretty funny thing, how a car can be so valuable as long as the driver succeeds. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I couldn't imagine finding, like... Well, actually, I do have a rookie Dale Earnhardt car. Hold on.
Oh, wow. I remember seeing that one time at a car show.
I do. I didn't think I had that. I just looked over and I saw it.
Well, is there anything else you want to talk, like anything you want to ask me or anything before I move on? I'm going to try to interview 2 other people.
Yeah. I could talk for like 8 hours, but I know you got your deals going on, and I'm busy today, so it was nice joining.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on. We definitely gotta talk some more sometime, and
man,
definitely on another day I'll do a live and you can join. Yeah.
I'll send you my diecast account, and thanks for letting me join, bro.
You're welcome. It was nice to get to talk to you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Alrighty, so that was my talk with the NASCAR Hangout. Let's see if Mike wants to join live here this morning. See, maybe we'll get 2 more people on before the race starts. Hey, Mike, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Doing all right, man. Just a little tired, but I kind of slept in. I went to bed a little bit early last night. Just kind of tired. There's a lot of stuff going on, but yeah, man.
Nice.
Hope you're doing well.
I am. Ready for this race today?
Yes, sir. So, start of a new season, there's always a lot of storylines and interesting things. And one of them, of course, is being the NAS Boys Racing Team, which you're the owner, was going to be like co-owner with Spencer, but now just the owner of the NAS Boys Racing Team. And during practice, I will say that y'all, it wasn't too great on the track during practice. You did get 5th in the practice 1. Practice 2, you fell down to, let's see here. Fell down to 14th, but in today's race, you are starting in 13th for today's race, right behind Jack, who actually interviewed earlier.
Yeah.
What are some things you're looking forward to and some of your expectations for today's race?
Well, obviously it's Daytona. Daytona is one of my favorite tracks. So I can't wait to just race at Daytona. But I really want to try to win. We almost won last season, and then I helped Cam, who used to be the driver in the 43 car. There was just nowhere else to go, and I really wanted to help my friend get the Daytona 500. But this year, I really, really want to try to win this race. I feel like I've been very solid on restrictor plates, and hopefully we can capitalize and get a win. We got to stay out of the stupidity, because a lot of these guys, you know how they get very squirrely, and they get very try-hardish. So we just I think we gotta stay together. We gotta work together as the NAS Boys team, and hopefully one of us will get a win. As for the speed thing that you were talking about earlier, I mean, we're not really a new team, but we do have, one new car that's being driven by Vladimir Stefanovic, or however you pronounce his name.
Yeah, that's close. Stefanovic. Yeah, it was pretty close.
Yeah, we got to get his car sped up. Luckily he had the blessing of being a crew chief, so he can really figure out how to help his team set up his car. But yeah, I think that we just all gotta get in and get fast together. But luckily this is restrictor plates, so we can just work together. So I'm not too worried about the speed.
Yeah, so I kind of mentioned earlier when I was interviewing Jack, there isn't restrictor plates on these cars, but they did have some rule changes involving the drafting. The drafting rules now, due to past instances where we've seen cars flying and all that, the car weight has been changed. And also the drafting, you can't basically bump draft for more than 4 seconds now, due to just past instances. We've seen drivers almost get killed in the series because of just people just not letting off the bumper. You know what I'm saying? And we saw that happen last fall in the Talladega race, coming down on the last lap, and Cam went flying like I'm telling you, like cars, like the moving cars. And then you were involved as well. And you've had some good runs, like you mentioned, in the super speedway races. You got third, if I'm correct, in last year's 500. You came up just short. And then today, starting sort of near the mid pack. Are you looking to head to the front early, or are you thinking about dropping back to avoid carnage?
Well, I know that Mike is starting, I think 17th, if I'm correct, right?
Yep, 17th.
Okay, so what I would like to do is kind of like within the first 10 laps, like hopefully he gets to where I am, or if I drop back to like 15th, and we just work to try to get to the front, whether it's like, by drafting with little pushes or whatever, or just getting caught in the draft. Just try to work with him to get to the front, and hopefully Caden and Vlad follow.
Yeah, we'll see. And, Caden starting sort of towards the back as well. He struggled throughout practice and qualifying.
Yeah,
he's a rookie. He did better in qualifying than he did in practice, which is kind of interesting. But, we got a lot of rookies in the field today. And we also got a lot of veterans. Most of the veterans are starting mid-pack, surprisingly. We actually have a couple newer drivers starting towards the front. And Micah, if I'm correct, this was his first career NSCS pole in his career, and he's starting off first today. And I see Henry's in the chat as well. Good morning, Henry. So your crew chief, Joshua Rodriguez, again, second season in a row. He's done really well as your crew chief, and he's also the crew chief of Vladimir this season. Do you think that he'll be looking to play the safe strategy and maybe do early pits, or you think it's going to be like a caution field race, or maybe like one that's just like long green flag runs?
Well, that's a great question, actually. With the strategy thing, I think that, we got to have a team meeting before the race, just got to tell my boys that, hey, do this, work together. But, as with strategy, I'm going to leave that up to him. I have no real strategy unless I know that I have a car to contend. And as for, like if I think the race could stay under green or go under yellow, like I've said, there's just a lot of guys who, they just go crazy like way, way too early in the race.
Yeah.
So we have to see how everybody drives. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's caution filled, but I don't know. Maybe we could get a green flag run in there. We'll see.
Yeah, it will be interesting. See, we saw last season's 500. The first big one happened on lap number 25, which is really early. Then we had another big one towards the end. And that's a common theme, it seems like, in the Super Cup Series, that there's been big wrecks happen towards the end of the race. And last year, another frantic finish. And earlier we talked to Mick and we talked to Jack and some other people about the preseason rankings. Actually, we talked about the poll that I did with some anonymous people and anonymous friends that I have. And this is basically power rankings where it's kind of like they choose who they think is going to do this and that. We talked about earlier the teams, the power rankings for the teams and the ones to watch now. I want to mention the top 10 drivers in the preseason power rankings. Cam says is that Daddy Mike. And there's James there too as well. Okay, so the preseason power rankings look like this. Remember, this is a vote. Top 10, we got Bubba Love at 1, Henry 2, Dylan 3, Felipe 4, Mike, you're 5th, 6th, Lucius, 7th, Jay, 8th, Matt, 9th, Mike Blumel, and 10th, James. James, top 10 on the power rankings. And James actually, recently in the Demolition Derby, he went at it with your teammate, Mike Blumel. And they went at it in an interesting Demolition Derby. And I've been having a lot of requests to do a Demolition Derby in the All-Star race. So maybe that might happen. But anyways, Mike, is there anything else you want to talk about or any thoughts you may have before today's race?
Yeah, I want to answer a couple questions here because I got some question. I got a question here from the NASCAR Hangout. I think he's here on his diecast account. No, I'm not from Delaware. I'm from Maryland. I just drove to Delaware because I live like 4 hours away. Daddy Mike, shut up, Cam.
Okay.
And, just thank you for having me on. I'm really excited to be in the race. And as for being fifth in the power rankings, I'm honored that I'm up there, but you got to put me a little bit higher. I'm going to try my best to win this championship. I was a contender last season, so I'm going to do that. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you guys subscribe to my podcast, Nas Boys, and we will see you guys for the race today. Enjoy. Peace out.
See, Mike, thank you for joining on here today. And now let's see, we only have a couple minutes left. I want to see if I could get some people on here, some more drivers on here before the race. See if Henry wants to join. See if Henry and James might want to join. Yeah, Henry. Henry, what's up?
Nothing much.
Yeah, man. It's early in the morning, but you know how it is. We have to get on the grind, you know what I'm saying, and get ready for today's race. And for those that don't know, Henry is the defending champion of the Super Cup Series. He won Season 5 championship over Felipe Ford and Bubba Love. So, Henry, you're starting out in this race sort of, you know, let's see here. You're starting 9th today, top 10 start position for you. Are you looking forward to today's race? I know you've won the Season 4 500. What are some things you're looking forward to for today's race?
I'm going to be honest with you, Christian. I'm just looking for a fun race today. You know, we haven't raced the Super Cup Series in 2 months, I want to say, something like that. So I've been really looking forward to getting a new season started. So I think it'll be very interesting. Hopefully, I'm looking for my second 500. Hopefully it happens today. But, you know, I just want a good clean race. You know, there's a lot of rookies in the field, so, you know, I don't want them making any dumb mistakes or anything. But, yeah, my job as a racer, I think, is just to put on a good show for the fans.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. And it's good to see the enthusiasm. It's great to see the excitement. So throughout practice this week, he kind of struggled in the first practice. Actually, in the second practice session, he kind of struggled. But you actually, at first, in the first practice session, you almost had a spin, but you still able to get a sixth position in practice one. Practice two, you ended up winning practice two with the fastest time of 201.477 miles per hour. And then in qualifying, seventh starting position, if I'm correct. No, actually ninth. So with the recent races at Daytona and Talladega, we've seen BCM do really well, Blue Car Motorsports. And Dylan, he actually would have been second today's race, but he failed inspection. And a couple of the other BCM cars are starting towards the back, but Barrett's been pretty strong too this weekend. Do you think Barrett has a shot as well?
I definitely think Barrett has a shot. You know, Barrett doesn't have a lot of Cup wins, but I think he won a super speedway race yesterday, so he kind of already has a history of, you know, he can win on a super speedway. So it wouldn't surprise me to see Barrett in victory lane, but with the other blue collar motorsports boys starting in the back, I hope they get to the front and help them, because I mean Barrett could win, but I think he's going to need help from me, Dylan, and Lucius.
Yeah, fact show. And Lucius, this is his first season back since season number 4. He took a season off, which is understandable. He's a veteran as well, and I feel like you're a veteran as well. This is actually your 4th season in the series. It's kind of crazy to say that. But yeah, it's your 4th season in the series, and we have a couple minutes left here on the live. I want to see if James wants to join us as well. Are y'all planning on maybe laying back like y'all usually have early in the race, or y'all planning on going for the lead early?
That's a good question. It depends. I mean, these plate tracks are so unpredictable. I mean, you know, any strategy can usually fail at any given moment. So I don't know. We might lay back and we might go to the front at some points, and then we might, if we get like too aggressive and too racy, we might fall back again. It just depends on how aggressive people want to be, and, you know, how hard people are pushing. But you know, it's a 500-mile race, so it's going to be a long one. So we'll have plenty of time, I think, to be there at the end when it counts.
Yeah, facts, man. And usually the Daytona 500 in the Super Series is one of the longest races of the season. But there's a lot of stuff going on today. We'll see how long it lasts. It also just depends on cautions, you know what I'm saying? We got the NASCAR race in Watkins Glen today. We have a lot going on. So, you know, it's a lot to look forward to. Lots of stuff I planned. And for those that don't know, me and Henry might actually get to meet each other on September the 11th. I'll make a sort of like a little bit of a promo for this certain event I'm going to on September the 11th. There's going to be a racers reunion in Mount Airy, North Carolina, where, you know, basically they're going to have a car show. They're going to have food. It's free admission, and you'll be able to get to meet NASCAR legends. Are going to be there, like Bobby Allison. We got Dink Whitenhouse is going to be there. If I'm correct, Rex White might be there. Tim Lemming's going to be there. I'm going to be there. So for those that are interested in going to that event, September 11th, Mount Airy, North Carolina. For more details, just hit me up. I'll put something in it. I'll make a little sort of announcement some other time this month. But yeah, looking forward to that. And Henry said he might be there as well. So if y'all want to meet us there, that'd be great. You know, get to meet people online that I've been friends with online for a long time. So
yeah, it's going to be really exciting. It's going to be really exciting. I'm really looking forward to it too.
Awesome. We see James and Sean in the chat. See, must enjoy. Well, we only have 5 minutes left till the pre-race intros and getting ready to go live. So I just want to say thank you again for joining today, Henry, joining us here on the live before the race today. I'm about to get off now for the live. Appreciate everyone that watched this, everyone that, you know, participated, everyone that was watching in the chat, commenting. I appreciate y'all very much. And I'll see y'all in a little bit. Thank you, Henry, for joining. And for everyone that watched. All right, guys. Well, that concludes the pre-race show for the NSCS Season 6 Daytona 500. This has been Savage NASCAR, and I'll see y'all in the next live. What's up? What's up? Good morning from Charlotte, North Carolina. What is up, everybody? What's up, Musty, Trey, Sean, Owen? Hope you are having a great morning.